How do?
Hi everyone.
We're back. What we called again? Munch
Munch
Bunch. That's the one. Forget sometimes.
That's Leigh. Yep. It's a Saturday evening as well, and we've had Chinese.
Chicken Chinese.
Chinese.
Chinese chicken curry. So we've got the curry. Got some chips. I'm not as exotic as I just go with boiled rice, chicken and chips. And then sweet and sour chicken balls.
I've got chicken chow mein, because that's my favourite. A little bit of curry off him. Some bamboo shoots and water chestnuts and chips and a spare rib.
So, Saturday night, takeaway. Not the programme, obviously. Anton Deck. We don't have takeaway every night. I mean, this is the second video you've seen and the second takeaway we've had. But we thought, Saturday.
Yeah.
Who can be asked to cook on a Saturday?
No. I actually... I love vegetables. He doesn't. You don't,
I don't mind veg, as long as I'm not made to eat it. But in terms of like why we're having this today, it's because last night we got a bit too drunk and just didn't have the time to. Well, we had the time, but you can be asked to cook on a Saturday when you got a hangover.
Yeah, our friends came round and basically.
Well, you say friends, it's family. I mean, our family isn't as straightforward as other people's.
No.
We'll go into it another day.
No, but the topic.
Wow, a big chicken piece, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're huge. I love this Chinese. I've been having Chinese here since I was a kid, and it's like no matter where you or how many different Chinese takeaways you try, this one to me is always the best. And I think it's because I've had it from when I was a kid.
When we went away last year, we actually had Chinese in Spain. And you order the same food you get here, or I did anyway. It's nothing like what you get here.
We went to Mallorca, we went to Cala Miller. If anybody's been there.
It's really nice. And the food was tasty. The Chinese that we had was really nice, but it just wasn't the same. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like home.
No.
Well, is it just me? When you go away, such a mean name. When you go away, even though you're abroad, and she says every year, I'm going to try some seafood, because we go to Torquay quite a bit. But, a lot of fish and seafood down there. She always says every year, you never try anything. Ever.
It's the smell.
That's the whole point. It comes out the sea.
I can't deal with the smell.
But you love beef. Yeah, I walk past a cow farm every day and it absolutely stinks. It's terrible.
No, honestly, because I watch Bee Loves Life and her seafood balls look amazing, I cannot stand the thought of the smell in my mouth, if you know what I mean. I don't like the smell of it.
Well, once it's in your mouth, it does smell, but I'll get your idea. But
yeah, but before you eat a meal, you tend to smell it, don't you, first?
Oh, it's great when you walk in the door, when you've been out all day and someone's cooking a meal, and you walk, like, reminds you when you're a kid, and you walk in, it just smells so delicious, and you're like, oh, there's a Sunday dinner on the go.
What is would you say is your favourite food?
No, you can't make a meal out of what my favourite food is, really, can you? Because my favourite foods are like things you put together with a meal. So no staple. I love chips, Yorkshire puddings.
I'm not bothered about chips at all.
Pancakes. So you can't really make a meal out of pancakes, Yorkshire pudding. Well, I guess you could do.
Sort of the same mix.
It doesn't really work though, does it? So I guess an actual meal that we make ourselves, chilli. I love a chilli.
I'm not a mean chilli.
Oh, chilli's the best. I don't really have much reheated. Like the next day, if we got food left, I'd never eat it. I'm like, nah, I've been that. Or I'll have it, or our daughter will eat it, whatever. But chilli.
Or the dogs.
Yeah, if there's a chilli left, no one's getting a look in there. I'll get it every time.
And now I make it, but I don't see the obsession.
So good.
Everybody loves this chilli that I make.
But there's something missing here. For me, anyway. I always have a slice of bread and butter with my Chinese.
Oh.
Nobody else probably does. But, I was in that much of a rush to get this done. I mean, the food was arriving. We had to set up all this up. As I go down the shops to get some alcohol for later. Saturday night drinks. So, busy.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. Well,
I hope you lot saw what just happened.
oh, well, we're trying to
I
edit
just
it.
went, to tell you something, a piece of rice landed on you somewhere.
Oh, cheers. Just be careful not poke in the eye with that fork.
Yeah.
Do you want a chicken ball?
Yeah.
Do you want 2 chicken
No.
balls? 10 for me then.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it Corona or Coronavirus? That's terrible.
I saw something hilarious on Facebook the other day, and I was telling Leigh about it. The video was this man, like, there was a couple, and they obviously bought a load of Corona beers in, and he was filming her tipping all his beer away with a gas mask on, saying, "You can't have these beers, you're going to catch a disease, you're going to catch it." And she actually tipped away 48 bottles of Corona.
What I want to know is, who the hell has a gas mask sitting around the house?
It wasn't a gas mask, it was just like one of them,
It's
you know when you spray paint something and you have one of
yeah.
them masks that's
I
in
ain't
your...
got them around here, so...
Well, men
I'd be
usually have
screwed.
them in the toolbox.
Men don't have to
Oh,
have
women,
toolboxes these days.
women as well, have their own toolboxes.
I reckon if you did a survey of the UK now, there's more women with toolboxes than there are young men.
What's wrong with that?
How there's a difference wrong with it? I'm saying it's more popular now for women to do their own things to themselves, rather than a bloke. I mean, blokes these days, like me, if you sell one in to fix something, I say, well, can you tell your dad to come round, or we'll get someone to do it.
Or me.
Yeah, or you. I can't hang up the mirror, I can't drill the hole in the wall. She'll do it. Why not?
I did our mirror. It's a
Women-
big glass mirror.
You know,
And I set up the washing machine.
it's modern world, ain't it? Women do more.
Going back to the original topic now, because we're a bit like Billy Connolly here, like switching from one thing to another. Favourite foods?
No, it's not coronavirus now.
No, but I never got to my favourite foods.
Oh, go on.
We talked about you.
Alright.
So but you never actually said what your favourite meal is, so I want to know what your favourite meal is, not like bits and pieces.
Well, I quite like Mexican. But
Yeah,
I
you
say
do.
that, as long as it's not made traditionally. Because if it was made by traditional, like, Mexican people, it'd be too hot for
You
me.
did, though, you had them burritos
Oh,
that
yeah,
our
I
friends
did.
made.
Yeah, she was Mexican in her family, so I guess that
American.
works. American Mexican. But yeah, I like fajitas and enchiladas, all that stuff. But again, I don't like spice, so it has to be the way I like it.
And you're going to be watching this video before our other video, if you're going to watch it.
Oh shit! I forgot. I'm not. We'll talk about that one later or tomorrow. We're gonna get back to what I said though. This coronavirus.
No, I said we were going to do that hot challenge thing.
Oh yeah, we're doing a hot sauce like challenge thing later on, which I'm not looking forward to because I don't do heat. But
And if you can hear some strange noises in the background, I'm going to tell you now.
Doris, pack it in.
We've got some French bulldogs, and they're going to be in these videos more than likely in the background, and she snores. So
And
it would
licks
be
herself.
no good for ASMR. But my favourite food is it's cabbage.
No favourite.
I
is it?
love anything with cabbage or sprouts. I'm obsessed with sprouts, and I'm gutted. My favourite is sprouts on a sprout tree.
This woman had a sprout sandwich at one time.
I love sprouts. I should be so
They'd
believe
be my worst food.
I love
think,
sprouts.
ever. Worst ever food for me. But I tried to get into it 4 times. We'll get into it now. This coronavirus isn't good, is it? And it's spreading. Yeah. Yeah, the dog nearly knocked the light over. In America now they've got like 16 cases.
Yeah.
And there's some. We was watching a video I was before, like another one of these
The
mukbangs.
bee loves life.
And she was saying like people had come off a boat. There was like 15 or 16 Chinese
cruise.
people on a cruise. And when it docked somewhere in America, they sort of put
They
them all.
ostracised the Chinese
They
people.
put them all in a room together to keep them separate from everyone else. The problem was one of the blokes was just Chinese. He hadn't been to China in years.
3 years, and I think it's disgusting how everybody is tarring every Chinese person with the same brush.
But
You know,
unfortunately, we had the same issue back in the day. Move out the way, you. Oh, the bloody dog. Obviously, after 9/11, everyone was a little bit paranoid about Muslims. Bang out of order, obviously, but everyone did get a bit stupid about it. So now they're doing it the same. I mean, it's the same with mad cow disease. No one dared go near a cow back then. I lived in an area where there was a lot of cows. No, you wouldn't see a person for miles around the cows because everyone was scared. Oh, what if you get mad cow disease? You know what a stupid name
I
for an
think
illness
you've
that
got
is?
to never judge a book by its cover.
Swine flu with the chickens as well.
That was pigs. Swines are pigs.
Not bad. No, mad chicken flu.
Isn't it bird flu?
Bird flu.
Wait, what swine flu is that?
Anyway.
But the point is, like, it's right after 9/11. Everybody went crazy and started bullying every Muslim that was going, and I think that's awful because everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's, whether it's like weight, I've got a weight issue, he's got a, issues with eyesight, like he can't see well. So everybody's got something. So whether you're Muslim, whether you're black, white, whatever you are, shouldn't be so...
They're not issues, though.
Shouldn't be so...
They're not issues, obviously, being black, white, Muslim or anything.
No, everyone's got...
But the stuff that people have done of Muslim, obviously, religion, and the tarred with the same brush, as you say.
Racism, it's just out of order. And obviously, before I married Leigh, we've been together 13 years, my ex-partner, I had a daughter with him, that's Leigh's stepdaughter. She's mixed race, Tia. I just don't understand.
But we've been out with... the bloody dog's doing mad in today. We've been out with Aim's ex. He was around here last night with his new missus, like they're going to get married next year. Tia's dad. And that's who come round with some drinks with.
Yeah.
We're off on holiday next year because we all get on better now.
This year.
It's great. This year we're all on holiday together. And hang on, let me sort these dogs out, guys. So yeah, we're friends with Aim's ex and whatnot. I like to say he's Black Caribbean, is that how you say it? Or British Caribbean? I don't know, but what?
His heritage is like Jamaica, but he's British.
Well, we was out with him a few years ago for a meal, and this is in a very open city like Wolverhampton in terms of, you get people,
lots of cultures,
all ethnicities, all races, all religions in this area.
And bear in mind, this was just a family night, a family meal, our local, what you might call a Green King pub, and we was walking out to get in our taxis with his wife to be. We have a really good relationship with them, we're really good friends. And some man decided to start calling him, I'm not even going to even put the word or the letter in, you know what word I'm on about.
And so random.
Because he's like a muscly chap, my ex. Big guy, like. And basically, he was like, you think you're hard, you know what I'm on about. And he didn't start. He didn't actually, my ex didn't have a problem because he says, I'm so used to this. It was me who started. I went after, I was like, right, you.
But when I was younger, I was a bit of a prat. When I first moved here. So I was saying, anyways, before the phone cut out there, the camera rather, I used to come down here originally to Wolverhampton from Morecambe, which is further up north if you don't know the UK, or England rather.
Bit by Blackpool.
Yeah. So we went out with one of Aim's mates, who's mixed race. You're not allowed to say that, are you? I said that the other day, someone told me you're not allowed to say mixed race. Oh no, you can say that. You can't say half caste. I used to say my daughter's half caste. I've always described her as that, like, down the school to the teachers. Oh, whatever you got to say.
But we've got to say
my daughter's
right
half
now.
caste, but now apparently you're not allowed to say that.
That's fine.
So this lad was mixed race anyway. I was in a club. There weren't many people there. He was the only mixed
Sunday
race.
night.
He was the only mixed race bloke there though when he was with me and Aim. And there's some white lad come up to us, some posh bloody student type. And I asked him, not me or her or anyone else there, just asked him if he knew where he could get some drugs. And me being a bit pissed, I thought, I know why you're saying that. It's because he's mixed race. You're being racist there. Why wouldn't you ask somebody else? Why wouldn't you ask the white bloke over there reading the newspaper on a Sunday night at a nightclub?
Yeah.
So I started kicking off. But that's what I'm saying. I come from an area where when I was younger, we didn't have no other races. It was just, everyone was white.
Yeah.
When I come to visit to meet my mum, she was like, Anne, where's all the other races? Where's all the black people? Where's all the Asians?
The Indians, everything?
Nothing, just pretty much all white people. In my high school, I had 2 Indian lads, and they were both in my year. In my primary school, we had 1 mixed race girl. That was it, in the whole of primary school. We had a South Korean lad turn up in my high school. It was like a novelty. He was all following around everywhere. I think he was going to turn into an alien. It wasn't fair, but we just never seen anyone else of another race. It's crazy.
Which brings us back to the point of the coronavirus being judgmental of a race.
Yeah.
And they ostracised him, but he hadn't been to Korea for 3 years.
China.
Yeah, sorry, China. We have had one. So obviously it's all over the world now. It's spreading like wildfire. But the third person in the UK to get it, I think it's from a place called Market Drayton, and his wife, that was on their honeymoon, is actually from Wolverhampton, where we are now.
Really horrible.
And I'm wishing all of them well and their families and
Well,
everything.
there was somebody the other day in China. It was on the news. I don't watch the news regularly, but it was we saw it on the news one of the days. And he somehow sneaked into one of their facilities where they got all the hospital beds, where everyone's been quarantined. He had no mask on. He had no protective gear on. He was just filming it all. And then he went back to his home where his missus and kids were. And they followed him back there, or they found out where he lived. Went round there, said, look, you've got to come into quarantine. I'm okay, I feel fine. I've got no symptoms at all. And he put all this footage out on the internet, all like, sent to the news or something or other. Bloody idiot. But then, there's a couple of other things. The other day, I picked up a dead bird, and she freaked out somewhat rotten. You have to wash all my clothes. She's like, we're going to get ill. What are you about? This is when this virus first come out.
So you picked up a bird. Come from animals, didn't it? Yeah.
I picked up a dead bird. I was like, yeah, because it was in the middle of the road. I didn't want to get squashed by a car. This little tiny bird. So I just put it in the hedge.
And not meaning to cause offence to anybody at all here, but they say that this comes from bats and snakes and animals that they had under the tables in the market. Each to their own with what you want to eat and things. But I heard there was like wolf cubs and things like that. I am not a supporter. Again, I'm not meaning to cause offence, but I am not. I think it's a disgrace. But I am not a supporter of the Yulong Meat Festival. I think it's... And I'm not even going to go into what it is, but if you research it...
Nobody supports that apart from the idiots who do it.
No, but like, you know, they see that as like we eat chicken, like vegans eat tofu. It's not acceptable.
Is it China that do that?
Wherever Yulong is, I think it is.
But I don't think you should be too surprised. I heard this thing about China. It's a fact. I was listening to this thing about this astronaut anyway. He's American. And he's been up in space, done moonwalks, all this sort of stuff. But he was saying, because when the rockets set off, like to space, the bottom part has to drop off. Well, the Americans drop it in the sea, and then somebody will go out later on and collect it. And the bloke who owns Amazon went and collected one of them one time. Anyways, the Chinese don't do that. When they set their rockets off to go to space, they're just like, we'll just drop it on this little village here. And these ain't little tiny little boxes. These are big bloody...
The bottom of a rocket.
Engine things, whatever the hell they are. And they just land on a village. The Chinese, we won't go into, too much detail, but I don't think they have people's best interests at heart sometimes. Or animals' best interests.
You see, I'm a major dog lover. I love any animal. I'd help any animal. It breaks my heart, so... I don't care who I offend. I'm not a supporter in that meat festival thing. But the point is... If you're going to put a bat in a bowl of soup, I mean, if you're going to eat exotic things, and I don't know, I think, well... They've
started now.
Was this worth it for eating snakes and things?
Well, nothing about China.
Excuse me.
About animals and stuff. We've lost 1 billion animals in Australia during the bushfires. But they started now around the world. There's one the other day in America, one of the nights, doing like charity fundraisers to raise money for the animals and stuff
koalas
like that.
And kangaroos and things.
And they're doing a lot of celebrities are doing it as well, not just like everyday people. They're doing big events and galas and stuff like that, which I think's good. And all them poor animals, they couldn't really help themselves, could they? But a lot of people did help them because there's a lot of nice people in the world. Well, that's an image. What we did want to talk about tonight, if we've got a bit of time. On bloody stuff, man. You will see on these videos, we don't actually clear all our plates usually.
Does anyone else put theirs in the microwave and just eat it later?
Mine goes in the dog dish. I don't eat mine after. Pizza? I ate my pizza the other day. I finished that off for supper.
Yeah, you did.
Last night, but... So, do you think it's right. I'm asking her, and you can have your opinion in the comments if you want. Not right, but what's your opinion on the whole Philip Schofield situation? Over to you.
Okay, first of all, depending on where you're watching this from, you might not know who Philip Schofield is.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a programme in the UK called This Morning, and he
He's
presents
been
that.
around.
But he's been around since, well, late 80s. He used to do something called The Broom Cupboard with a puppet called Ed the Golfer. Or
He's
something.
just always been around.
He's like he was a children's entertainer, presenter, things like that. And anyway, he's been married to his wife Steph for 27 years. And you've got 2 daughters together, Ruby and Molly, or Millie, is it?
I don't know what their
And
names are.
on national TV the other day, he came out as gay. And that's absolutely fine. And I'll tell you why it's fine in a moment. So...
Well, it's fine, because it's fine.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, for us, what we believe are in the LGBT thing. So he came out publicly on Instagram first, and then he put it out on This Morning. And what you're asking me is...
Well, right, so let's get out there straight off, because in the image at the beginning of the video, our intro, you'll see our daughter on there. With me, I'm and my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tia, our daughter. She is gay, okay? And one of the days, maybe like if anyone's interested, maybe the gay young people on here want to ask questions.
She's got a channel
Whatever.
as well.
Yeah. We can ask her some questions, whatever. And she come out to us when she was like 15. I mean, brave. I mean, Christ, at that age, I would never have dared do that.
No.
Because when we were, talking 20 years ago, and I was 15. And 20 years ago, it was a different time. Now down her high school, when she left there now, she's doing other stuff. But when she was in high school, literally everyone, we seemed to be more gays and transgenders and whatever, kids going through different stuff.
There was opening up about,
A lot more than what, they never had any in our school. There probably was kids who were gay, or who
too
might be gay
scared to
now.
come out with the parents and the friends being judgmental. But luckily, we are in a time now where things are accepted as they should be. No racism, no homophobia, which is fantastic. But my issue is, I guess I feel a little sorry for his wife that I knew from a very, very, very young age that I was straight, heterosexual. I know that. I can appreciate women's beauty. I can appreciate how someone can be like, wow, they're really appealing, as men can too. Am I right, Leigh? You can look at Idris Elba and think, wow, he's whoever. Channing Tatum, all the rest.
Matthew McConaughey for me.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Not so much anymore, though.
Now, Philip Schofield, I believe I don't know if he's 58, 59 or 60.
He's turning 60, I think.
I know he's that way, anyway, in the age. And I think, surely by now, he would have known he was gay. My daughter knew. I think, don't you sort of like...
You have to have known, surely. I mean...
You find sexually attractive, or you just know, don't you?
But the thing is, it's probably one or two or three ways that this has happened. Either A, because you hear about it in the newspapers, don't you? So somebody knew about it.
Well, Amanda Holden, didn't it? It was in the
Well, she
Sun.
said something, or I haven't read that. But somebody knew, and we're going to leak it to the papers, or the paper comes to them and said, look, we've got this story, we're going to run with it, because that's what they sometimes do. They're going to give you a chance to get it out there first, and then you can sell your story to us. I don't know if that's happened or not.
Did you hear that?
No, but sometimes that happens, though. The papers know about these things from a source,
That.
and they'll say, well, we're going to reveal it. So he's got in there quickly and done this.
Yeah.
Or two, he's already in some sort of relationship.
Which he says he's not.
I mean, he might say he's not, but who the hell would throw away a 27-year-old marriage to try something you've never tried before? I mean, how the hell... You can say, oh, I am gay, but until you try being gay, so, man or woman, I don't know if you'd really throw away a wedding. Not a wedding, sorry, marriage.
A marriage.
A family.
What I can't understand is that he has been married to Seth for 27 years. And now he's saying he's come out as gay. And that's, again, that's his prerogative. That's great if that's the case. But the thing is, if he knew years and years ago, I believe in my heart as a wife that I would want to have known so I could move on with my life. Now, they're nearly 60 years of age, which is still young, but it's a good chunk of your life to have led a lie, isn't it, really? And it's unfair on his wife. I do believe
That's
that.
where I don't like it. And like I said, you can be gay, straight, I
don't care what you are.
transgender. I don't even know half of them. They seem to come out with a new phrase every week, and it's hard to keep up with it. But my daughter knows them all and stuff, and she's got all like the rainbow flag on the wall and stuff like that. And she's very open about her being gay.
Good.
That's great. I mean, we actually have our immediate family is like 10 people. We've got small families really, and 3 of them out of the 10 are gay. I've got my uncle, her cousin, and my daughter. And that's it. Just, nobody has no issues with any of this. I don't see how you can be 60 years old. I mean, his statement, if you read it, because I read it the day it come out, the majority of it was, my daughters have been hugging me a lot, Holly's been hugging me a lot, Holly Willoughby, who's co-presenter on This Morning, has been a great shoulder to cry on. It's all been about him. He did say a bit, please don't give my family a hard time and my wife and whatnot, but literally, it's all about him. And he has just walked out on his missus. And there's no way you can tell me he's not tried something or been with a man or in a relationship with a man, because you would not walk out on a marriage on a whim. If it's for someone of the same sex, you know that's the way you are.
Yeah.
And you have been your whole life. So me and I'm split up. Or I meet a woman. We've got to end this because I've met somebody. But to say, I've got to end this, I like men now, but she said, well, have you got something? No, I've never tried anything.
Yeah.
It's just an idea in my head that I know I am into men, but until you try it,
now, somebody else said to me, well, what about the fact that he's been in TV? Maybe he felt pressured, maybe he couldn't say anything. I think regardless of whatever your job is in your financial status, you have to put your family first. And I do believe that he hasn't just... Put it this way, he hasn't just woke up as he today and felt like it. He's known this for years. Like, I know that I'm straight and that's the way it is. I'm not going to change that because that's the way I am.
At the same time, though, there is the other option. So there's like 3 different ways this could have gone. So the newspapers was 1. 2, he's already in a relationship with somebody. 3, his missus might be aware of this. She may have been well aware of this. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
No.
Bloody, the most famous of couples who you think are absolutely perfect can be having issues, can be sleeping around behind. I mean, look at the amount of presidents in America. Bloody Clinton, JFK, he was having affairs with Marilyn Monroe, but on the outside, nobody knew that. There's so much stuff going on back then, and relationships in general. That for all we know, and we'll never know because it's not our place to know, and it shouldn't be out in the public. It's their business. But she may have known for years that he's gay, or that he's had relationships with men. And she just turned a blind eye because, let's be honest about it. Philip Schofield has given her a good life. Yeah. I didn't know he even had a wife. If I didn't know he'd had a wife, he did this programme, done he, at Christmas where they try out the best presents for Christmas and stuff like that, him and his wife. Before that, I didn't know what his wife looked like. I didn't know what her name was because I don't watch This Morning. And I could have said to you, Philip Schofield's gay, because I've always thought he had the sort of, I don't know if you've looked at him, it's just that way inclined. Like I thought, well, maybe he's gay. I didn't know he was married, I didn't know he had kids. So I rang us up the other day. Have you heard the latest news? What are you on about? It's all over Instagram and all on the TV. Philip Schofield's quite as gay. And? It's not a surprise to me.
I can't believe it.
I just think the age, to leave it that long, is, unless, again, maybe she has actually met somebody as well. Maybe they've both been doing their own thing for a while, and in the public eye, now, okay, we want to split up. I'm going to be going off with a man. You're going to be going off with a bloke. I'll take the blame, and I'll put it all onto me. Well, that's what he might be thinking and saying to her. I'll come out as gay now, and then, you can start your relationship up and bring it into the public eye in a few months' time, maybe. But his kids are growing up now, aren't they? They're like, I don't know.
They're in their 20s.
In their 20s. Which makes it easier. I mean, my mum and dad split up when I was 18. It's odd. But nowadays, you don't even think of it as being weird. They're both with new people. But to go off with somebody of the same sex and just to say, look, the marriage is over, and I think I like this men now, but you don't know until you try, do you? I don't think I could take that chance.
Leigh's dad has got one of them age gap marriages. No,
Well,
like you watch on the
both
TV. Age gap weddings.
So, I'm 34. My mother and my stepmom is 33. So go figure. My dad is 55, I think, or something. 1960. So that's my mum. 66 was my dad's year of birth. So what's that? 34. What are you in now? 20. 54. Then 55 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his missus is 33. Whereas my mum went the other way. She's 60 this year, and her fella is 75 this year. I don't know why people can't get with people their own age sometimes. Me and Aim are. I mean, it's odd in that respect, I guess, because not a lot of people are the same age these days. There's only 2 months between me and you, isn't there? Mm-hmm. It's funny, like we were saying yesterday, Aim was, but she went to school with a lad, high school, is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I never met him, but and they were born in the same hospital on the same day, and then they become really good friends later on in life. What? Go on.
He was one of my best friends, and obviously, my mum obviously doesn't remember his mum, but yeah, we did become really good friends. We met in high school. I don't speak to him now because it was literally when we was kids and stuff, but that's funny.
Weird, isn't it? I mean, God, that's that. I had one of my best mates in high school for a couple of years anyway, he was. And he was born the day after me, and he'd have been born in the same hospital I was. Mm-hmm. So literally I'm born, my mum's, cause back then they used to keep him for a couple of days, I think, I'm not sure.
They do keep you in, Lou.
Not so much now, you get in and out the same day
Not
all
now,
the time.
they did I was in for 7 days.
Nowadays, you see him on this bloody 15 kids and count, whatever, you have a kid and send them home the same day, if they can do.
Talking of 15 kids and counting, no 22. Morecambe is where the Radfords? Yeah.
Radford. Oh, don't get me started on that.
I've gone on the water. I've gone on the hard stuff.
Yeah, that would be for get you ready for later on for a drink. Yes, I didn't know that family when I lived there, and I wouldn't know. We've seen them. We've seen the dad the one time at the Lancaster train station. And I was like, oh, it's him. I was like, oh, he's not famous. He's not a celebrity. He just puts it about a bit with his missus, and they've produced 21, 22 kids or however many they've got. I just think of that. I mean, like to order Chinese. For the 4 of us, me, Aim, and Mum, and Aim's mum lives with us. For the 4 of us, it comes to like just short of 30 quid. Can you imagine that for 22 kids? And the mother and the dad.
Not all 22 live with them. It's some of them.
Yeah, if you got a get together or something or other, or like.
And now she made a. Excuse me. And now she made a chilli the other day, and she used, not the small packs of mince, like the bigger one. She used like 3 or 4 of them.
Well, I think you probably need more than that if we did one, but just seems very expensive.
I think my problem is it's not the expense because I can afford it. Because to be fair, they do run their own pie business and everything like that, but. I think the only thing that does get me, because I actually really, I think them admirable for the way they look after him, I guess, but do they get the attention?
Well,
can you? And she's having another one.
They don't get any attention if they had 2 kids, would it? 2 kids and counting. As most families in the world.
I don't mean the attention from the public. I mean, do the kids? They can't possibly get.
I've often said that in the past. How can you put? Because they have one, and then they'll pass that on to some older kids, and then they'll have another one, and carry on and carry on. It's just flipping stupid. There's no way half them kids had the attention that they would have had if they're, if they were an only child, or maybe one of 2 or 3. I was both only children, us 2. And I remember, you used to always get your mum's, usually your dad's at work, or he was when I was a kid, and so was Aim's dad, so it's always your mum. You had all the attention all the time. Imagine trying to share out 20, well, it wouldn't be 20, but even 6 other kids. 7 other kids. So I remember I used to have like parties and get-togethers and stuff on birthday parties, and I wanted my mum's attention. If she was dealing with another kid, especially like 4 or 5, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Hey, I'm your son. Deal with me. I don't got to deal with Percy of his bloody spilt drink.
I just think that's a lot of kids to be trying to look after. I mean, let's say you go on a day trip, and you've got to keep your eye on all them children.
Oh, sod that. But anyways, let's get back to what we was like. Let's finish off. You ready to finish off?
Yeah.
I think we are, because Aim's finished her food and I can't eat anymore. Yeah, let us know your thoughts though on anything. The virus, the swine flu, the bird flu, the mad cow disease, Schofield. Is it right that he left it so late? Is it fair on his family? Anything else we talked about? Whatever. Any questions you want to ask? We will be doing, I think we'll be doing tonight, a hot pepper sauce challenge where my face gets even redder. And I'm going to make you
suffer.
I'm going to have to take some Gaviscon. I swear down, before and after. I'm probably in between.
But yeah, I mean, just to say as well, we hope everybody who has this coronavirus makes a full recovery.
I should bloody hell. Well, and they won't do, will they, most of them, unfortunately.
Also, with our daughter being gay, if there's any parents out there who have the same thing happening right now, if there's anybody who wants to talk about it or whatever, our daughter will be doing a video about this, so it could help someone out there right now who's struggling with how to tell their parents, or parents who are going through this with their child or teenage daughter or son.
One of my daughter's best mates literally lives just 2 minutes down the road, and she is becoming a he, like transgender, going through the transformation, the call, or the whatever. How do you say it? We're going through transgender training. Like... Yeah, that's it, transitioning. And that's been going on for a few years now. So people, whatever you are.
You have to be accepting of every race.
I think kids are more bright.
Every race, every culture, every issue these days. We are now in 2020. We have got to be more accepting of people and not judge people because they're Chinese, and we're not going to catch coronavirus from a Chinese takeaway like the stupid rumours I've heard. You're not going to do that. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Well, one last thing whilst we're here, and I remember because I'll forget it by the time I come back on another video. You showed me this video yesterday. Oh my god. So, I think it was in Australia. Somebody had an accident whilst out walking or something over in the hills. And they come down the helicopter because they couldn't get an ambulance up there. Air ambulance.
Again, this is all on like Lab Bible, things like that, Facebook on.
Yeah, so the air ambulance came to pick him up, strapped him into the stretcher, and this little
this was a 70-odd-year-old lady.
74 or 75,
no, 74.
And they got him on this wire, and they sort of reel it in. And as it's trying to pull it up, the bed started spinning. And you think, okay, it's just a bit of a twist, maybe a bit of a tangle in the wire or something or other.
But the higher it went, it was like that. The lady inside.
Imagine the worst roller coaster you've ever been on in your life, and then times it by 100. I bet she was bricking it. I mean, you would literally...
Yeah.
You couldn't do all about it, could you? If you was going to fly out the end, if you haven't tucked your feet in properly, that blanket, you're phew! You see her shoot off across the bloody mountains.
No, this is no laughing matter.
No, it's not a laughing matter for her either.
No, I don't. Look, I've got nervous laughter for a start.
I did see something else an old lady once, which was no laughing matter either. Old ladies have it hard, She was in this little tiny car going over a bridge, little beat up old car. This little old lady sat in there, and I was on a bus ahead of her, like going over this bridge, and this big old truck, big like wagon thing, which was that big, the driver couldn't see this little tiny car next to him. He just...
I'm sorry, the dog lay on my ankle.
He just sort of went into her lane, wasn't paying attention to the fact that she was there, and just, boom, knocked her straight through the bloody bridge. It was like a concrete bridge, this was. Straight through the concrete, and she just landed in the river. And the car was just bobbing up and down on the riverbed. On top of the water. Didn't come out of any no bounds broken or anything.
And that brings us to this. If there is any funny stories that you have, leave them in the comments below and we'll discuss them. Because our battery is going right about now.
2%, guys.
Yeah, so
with that in mind, we're off.
And come and watch the first video and our new hot spicy challenge.
Where Leigh gets a red ring sting bum. That's it. Bye. Later, guys. Bye-bye.